Menace. Come on. Why are you behind the laptop?
Good evening, folks. We are back with more Dark Tide. Joining tonight, as you can see, is the cast. So let's go through. Starting with whoever wants to start. And to celebrate National Etiquette Week, which technically starts tomorrow, what is your favourite etiquette thing? So let us start with Amy.
Oh, okay. Hello, I'm Amy. I play Ruth Yosef, who is our Dalish elf healer. My favourite etiquette... knocking! The etiquette to knock, because it is bloody annoying when people just barge in. You could be doing anything, so knock.
Anything. Alright, since we have Mr. Eden.
Oh, I'm Eden. My character is Wraith. He's a Taventa mage. I kind of say the same thing every week, so I'm trying to think of something fresh to say. We'll just leave it at that and you can find out. My favourite part of etiquette is brevity and knowing when to cede the mic.
Alright, next. Right at the top corner over there is Rowan.
Hello, I am Rowan. I am playing Juniper, who is currently wandering the fuck away from me. I was going to pick her up and have a bit... Thanks, Cat. Come on, come over here. Yes? Come over here.
Cats
okay,
in a nutshell.
Cat.
That is Juniper in a nutshell. Small black cat creature thing, lots of knives, very unhelpful.
She is very helpful.
In her own special way.
In her own way.
Yes, I'm talking about you. Etiquette.
Yes.
I refuse to fall into the stereotype because of my accent, so no.
Alright.
I'm far too fucking common, sorry.
Alright, and finally, Mr. Tom.
Hello. What's his name again? Jose.
Jose.
I'm playing Jose. He's a jerk. He is a sustainable thief. By which I mean he only steals what is surplus to requirements for the people who he's stealing from to then rebuild their wealth so it can then harvest it again at a later date. Doesn't stop the fact that he's a jerk, but you know. Etiquette. I've always thought that the etiquette regarding use of knife and fork and plate and placemat and tablecloth and table is quite an interesting one. I don't know, maybe not favourite, but it's very interesting how we eat with our hands. Oh no, we eat on a table. Oh no, actually let's have a tablecloth to protect the table. Let's have a placemat to protect the tablecloth. And then a plate to protect the placemat. And we don't want to get our hands dirty, so we'll have 15 different kinds of fork and 200 spoons to eat our food with.
And the food might be too hot to put on the original plate, so we need to put it on top of the original plate.
Yes. Dear me.
It's a tower of etiquette. Alright, we might have a Shiraz, we might not, we don't know, we haven't heard from him at all. Unfortunately, we do have to say that Bach has decided to bow out to Dark Tide because their internet is just not reliable enough. hopefully,
Sad
maybe we'll
time.
see them again at some point if that ever fixes, and hopefully they can also send us ideas for Dragon Age stuff that we will include. But yes, sadly, we'll not see you back anymore. But
It's a shame.
enough of tragic things. What happened? Let's say last week, and not include the week last week where with me and Eden desperately trying to get a story working with all the tech gremlins.
You
So what
mean 2
happened
weeks
last
ago?
time? Yes, episode 10. What happened in episode 10?
You did.
Big fish.
Abracad.
We met the Fabricant.
Yes.
Please don't.
Which Wraith was very freaked out about. They gave us a job to go and kill a guy called Andre, who was at another pub. So we wandered towards that pub, where Jose paid for some nice ladies to try and take care of Ruth, which he did not appreciate.
I thought I was doing you a favour at the time.
Yeah, Ruth didn't appreciate that at all.
Yeah.
I did love the just go
I
do
say
things to
that.
each other.
I knew that it would be funny, so I decided that Jose decided that would be a generous act.
Yep.
Um,
The rest of the party decided to go inside the tavern. Ruth remained outside. And then they were questioning about. Oh no, Jose had a conversation with one of the ladies to try and get information on Jose. Not Jose, Andre. And while the party was in the tavern and Jose was questioning the lady, Andre turned up and acquired Ruth as a new friend.
and took Ruth up, and Ruth and Eden.
Yeah,
Scooped up Wraith as well.
you were
as he was charging down the road.
Yeah, because you were both taken up
Yeah.
to the bedroom, the 4-poster bed with curtains and a massive drinks cabinet and whatever else it was.
Yeah,
Andre
questionable things were on the horizon.
Yeah, Andre wanted to drink with us and be friends with us, but didn't understand boundaries at all. We escaped, thankfully.
I think I managed to trip him up with a shoelace, didn't I?
Yes,
'Cause
you
I
set a
I
trap.
snuck in through a window. It's like,
Yep. Whereas Ruth and Wraith fled the scene like a bat out of hell as fast as possible. But Andre followed us, bellowing "Friend!" and followed us back to the Fabricant's tavern. Yes.
which was burnt down.
Yes.
Which was
you-
pretty. Oh yeah, because
Jose committed arson.
I forgot
No, I
about the
hadn't.
arson.
I have no idea what you're
back at the
talking
bar.
about.
Yeah,
No, I didn't. That's fake news. That is.
we all saw you do it.
No, you didn't. None of you was there.
Oh, we weren't.
I mean, the barman saw me, but he also mysteriously got a concussion. So he doesn't actually remember seeing me do it. But, you know, not that I did anything.
Juniper managed to knife
I think Juniper
Andre in the
got the
back.
kill.
Yeah, no, she got him in the back and paralyzed him. Vincenzo ended up behind the bar drinking.
Yeah, he was just watching.
He just. I think he'd had a mental break by that point. I'm not sure. Ruth was in the cupboard hiding, and Wraith went upstairs to talk to the Fabricant, I think.
Yeah, who immediately kind of disappeared behind the table and then reappeared downstairs.
I remember because you picked him up and shook them.
That was it. Yeah, walked up to him because he was messing around. He wouldn't give information and explain why Andre was evil. He was just like, "This man is bad. You need to do something." It's like, "Tell me why." And yeah.
Yeah, so we killed Andre.
Really upset about the Fabricants as well. Like, you were chasing them
Yeah.
around trying to work out, like, where the fuck are they going?
It's mysterious. It begs questions if they could just teleport around. This is power
Look,
that I might want.
a Fabricant. Pop. It's right in front of you.
I know. Tim's just holding every time talking in a Fabricant voice because that'll make some sense, but I don't know if he'll stay.
He's so cute.
Maybe.
We killed Andre, but there was a ghost spectral version of Andre appeared and then was dragged away, and then some sort of like demonic creature, we think, asked Vincenzo to pick a number from a book, and
And then a new ghost appeared, or something.
No, nothing appeared. He just said that Vincenzo just picked a number, and then the demon repeated it and then disappeared. So we've summoned something
Somewhere.
somewhere, and then I'm not sure what happened after that. I think
I think that was
we went
basically
back to the
it.
car?
We ran back to the car, and then the car we took to the HQ or
Yes.
the recruitment office or whatever
I
it was.
Just have written down that Ruth took the bath and barricaded himself into a room and had a really nice soak, and that was all. That's the last thing I've got.
It does happen a lot.
I think I wrapped the fish up in everyone's belongings.
Yes.
Oh no.
Ruined Wraith's nice robe.
Juniper logic being, I hide my thing. I hide.
I'd like to point out that my only things I have that I am wearing them, so I'm not sure how you managed to like take away my gloves.
That's why.
Well, oh, okay.
All the spare underwear is wrapped in fish.
Just had a mental image of a tuna with like the fins having socks on them.
Yeah.
It was like a swordfish.
and-
Probably did, to be honest.
Just find like a rugby sock or something for the sword.
Yeah, seems about right.
That's probably what
Maybe
I
you
wrote.
could dress it up as like a
I'm just
scarecrow.
imagining like
It's a
the
gnome, actually.
12th night kind of yellow and black stockings just pulled up.
Oh yeah, and I gave some gifts to people in the hope that they would hate me slightly less.
Oh yeah, you had a whole you had your whole own thing going on with
Oh,
Rosie,
yeah.
the bartering of goods from because they
I
would
was
accept.
like, what was it? You
didn't
two
have
were running
coin.
away from Andre, and I was like, I'm gonna go and find a damn fence because I'm sick of hauling around these candlesticks and
And all you found was a prawn merchant and had to go through this whole like
salts and
bartering,
prawns for.
sold
Yeah.
some prawns for X, then got X, sold X for Y, and then
I remember
Y
there was
for
medium
Z.
quality wood mentioned
And
at
a
some
chair.
point. Yeah, that was it, a chair. And it was to be delivered to someone who made fine furnishings, but they used medium quality wood, so I didn't think they were actually that fine.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yes. So, we will continue from there. As far as the question in chat goes about Steampunk Multiverse RPG, I don't really think I can spend 10 minutes replying to this because I think it would probably it would go in depth and it would kind of take away from the game. If you ask us on Twitter and I have time, I will get round to it. But apologies, I cannot answer it now.
I love how Eden has already got a -3 to all his
Eden's got
rolls,
-3
for sure.
from Jeff.
Yeah, you're a bastard. God damn you. Didn't you see me guying off in New Vegas? Come on.
So, we'll continue from there. So, you all, as I said, think. Like, the problem is last week I can't remember exactly where I went with this, so I'm just going to reimagine everything from the sort of failed episode last week. You all rest, and the next day you all report to where you're stationed, and you see your dwarven friend, your head dwarven friend, who yet again I've forgotten the name of.
Yevon.
Yevon, thank you. You speak to Yevon, and he goes, "Hi, right there. So we're gonna have a big meeting of the sort of bigwigs in town. So you're gonna have to help us get some. There's one that's not been answering any messengers. So could you go and give him a wee push, see if he'll come down?"
Absolutely. But seems like a simple job.
Ruth's just
yeah.
gonna look at Jose and be like, "A gentle push, as in not down a flight of stairs." Okay.
Preferably no. He's a magic sort.
He's
I didn't
big.
push anyone downstairs.
I'm warning you that you shouldn't
Yeah.
do.
He lives in the lighthouse at the end the pier over there, at the end of the cliff. So try not to fall off the cliff. It's a bit of a drop.
Oh, I should be careful. Rest assured.
It seems like a flag.
A flag.
Also, we've had several fences delivered by small fuzzy creatures. You know anything about this? He points to some sort of picket fencing that's like lying in the inside of the room.
It's Special offer.
Can you just stop by? We've got so many fences now, we don't need them anymore.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Alright.
Just a mental image is just like a pile, like 4 meters high of just
Yep.
picket fence on picket fence on picket fence. That's quite a lot of firewood.
Fences became very popular after last week for some reason.
Any
So-
fence makers in this port town? They must be making a fortune.
Probably. They're probably making a lot of money. Alright, so are you doing anything before you go to this lighthouse?
No,
Not particularly.
we'll probably meander our way there.
Meander your merry way there. Okay. So
I am going to procure an apple on the way there.
procure
I'm
as
gonna
in
go-
or procure as in actually pay for.
How much money do I have? Not much. I'll procure. I'll offer it to Wraith.
When you repeat the word procure, do you mean buy or do you mean steal?
I mean, I will find one and pick it up.
Right. Okay. No problem. We'll go from there. So you're offering it to Wraith, okay?
Yeah.
How
You make-
does this apple look? Is it a healthy looking
it looks
apple?
pretty like it's been kicked around the streets a fair bit.
Faith eyes it. Looks a little bit, I don't know, beaten. Enjoy it yourself. I'll make do. Breakfast was good enough for me.
I'm just gonna shrug and start eating it.
That's
Ruth's
fine.
gonna put his hand in his pocket and to
I did
produce
polish
a,
it briefly.
a nicer looking
know.
apple and hands it over to Wraith. Because I've got in my inventory a crate
like
of
that.
apples stored about my person.
I like that. I really like that. That's great.
Rachel's kind of taken aback at the apples being offered for some reason.
What's with all these apples? Where did all these apples come from?
Gives a little sign on his jacket.
I've had the crate of apples like stashed about me for like 3 episodes.
Just
I've been
waiting for
slowly
a chance.
eating them.
Oh dear.
Tuck into an apple on the walk then.
Yep.
And, as
So-
he's going, can we see the lighthouse in the distance?
Yes, you can see it on the sort of edge of the. As you said, you're in a port town at the moment, so you can see up this sort of small winding path leads up to this quite old-looking white house. Sorry, lighthouse. Yes, I know, but I can't cover you at the moment. I'm looking. So yes, you see this path leading up. As you get to the first gate, you notice a very weather-beaten sort of box that has very crudely written on it "mail," and then below it says "leave and go away."
This sign can't stop me. I can't read.
All right. So you push the gate open. It reveals a modest-looking garden. It looks like it's beginning to get a little unkempt. Like the grass is a little longer than you'd probably consider to be tidy. There's a couple of trees, a couple of bushes and stuff. There's a couple of small outbuildings that look more like storage for sort of general gardening materials and stuff like that. It looks like this person does seem to employ gardeners, but you don't see anyone about.
Immediately suspicious. Why is there nobody here tending the garden?
Yeah, seems a little desolate considering the size of the place. Well, I suppose maybe they're resting inside.
If he's such an important person, where is the servants? Are we going to have a repeat of finding all the servants murdered again?
That caused trouble last time.
I mean, Jose won't complain because he'll probably end up rich again. But,
No
Well, it
comment.
may be to all of our benefit at this rate.
well, we're still avoiding the joining ritual at least, so I suppose we're alright for now.
Yes, let's hope that the odds are in our favour when we finally meet upon that. Well, shall we check and see who's inside?
I suppose we should knock first.
Well, yes, of course.
Okay.
And Wraith gives a bony rap on the door.
I'm going to walk around see if there's any other entrances while they're knocking.
Okay.
He's just looking at Wraith going, are you serious? And he's like balls up his fist and then pounds the door.
No one is going to hear that.
At this point, you have a feeling like you're being watched.
Looking
All
up,
of us, or
All of you.
the ones who knocked?
All of you.
looking up then towards up the tower of the lighthouse. Is there any indication of movement? Anybody up there?
No.
Magic.
I'm gonna roll a Arcana check.
Okay.
Magic.
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 Plus.
Alright. Natural one. Ruth is convinced that you're being watched by magic.
Oh,
Now the only way to not be watched by magic is either to move. Actually no, fuck it. Let's just run with that. To move at extreme speed at all times so it can't track you.
we must move very quickly, very stealthily.
Are you just gonna run around in circles around the garden?
I'm just gonna like put my hood up and nip to the nearest outbuilding
Okay.
as quickly as possible.
Juniper sees running and gives chase.
Okay.
Wraith looks around,
God.
panicked, kind of, what's happening? Oh! And he runs after them, worried that something's happening.
Okay.
Untoward, at least.
Have I managed to make my way around the building yet?
You've walked along the very treacherous path around the edge of the lighthouse and then got to the other side and not really found anything else.
Fair enough. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go up to the door and, yeah. Wait, what are we getting again? I've already forgotten.
We've got to
In
get
2 minutes.
We've got to get the man. We've got to talk to the bigwig to tell him to come to the meeting.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go up and say, do I want to tempt? Do I want to taunt? No, let's try and tempt. I'm gonna bang on the door and say, special delivery.
Okay. So while
Have I seen where the others have gone?
no, you were around the back of the lighthouse while everyone
Right.
ran off, so you've not seen where everyone else has gone. You assume they've gone into the lighthouse.
Seems reasonable.
Everyone else has ran to the nearest outbuilding. As soon as you all burst through the door of the outbuilding, you see. Actually, everyone roll me an awareness check apart from Jose. See if you notice this.
What was my awareness again?
And finally gives Eden the time to roll his -3.
I'll just not do the +3 that I would get for my awareness, so that's just a raw roll.
I see a
12.
whole load of 9.
5!
Okay.
Juniper sees the back of Ruth's tailcoat or something
Alright.
and gives it a harness.
As you run inside,
chase.
Wraith notices what looks like some sort of very bright blue coloured thing jump down behind a box.
Oh, everybody just stop! Did you see that? And he points towards where it was.
No, you didn't.
Oh god, not again, please.
Yeah,
Did you hear that?
I might not have seen it, but I definitely heard it.
No, you didn't.
Come out now.
No,
You've been.
you didn't see anything.
You're not making a very good job at remaining hidden.
Wraith strides confidently forward, having dealt with one of these things before, or at least handled one, and kind of reaches quickly tries to reach behind the box and grab it.
Okay, you grab a. Well, looks like the more you pull up, the more it seems to extend downwards, like a sort of slinky. And as a fabricant, it's wearing a stripy sort of shirt. It has very bright blue hair, and the googly eyes look at you with its quite large red nose, and it goes, "What are you doing? Put me down!"
No,
Well, we have to come out.
he drags it around the corner and it brings it over to the group.
Okay.
Puts it down kind of so that it's within everybody's arm's reach. It's not getting away. What are you
Okay.
doing here? What's going on? Where is the... you're not the master of this place, are you?
Yeah, I'm the master. Yeah, bow down before me.
Sorry, I
That's a
didn't
lot
hear
of
that.
peeking.
Yeah, your mic
Oh,
does
right.
not
The
like
problem
that
with
voice.
Discord is it peaks and that doesn't show up. Yeah, I'm the master. Bow
Yeah.
down before me. Yeah, that'll be good.
No, still didn't
It's
hear
not
you.
come through. Oh, fuck's sake. Okay. Well, he says he's the master and you should bow down before him. I'll just try and move the microphone a little bit so it doesn't actually show up. There we go.
I somehow doubt that you are the master of this house, if you are hiding in an outbuilding. Now, come,
Well, I'm not
Ruth's gonna
really
bend down to
hiding.
his
I'm just
level.
kind of here, so.
Wraith kind of realizes that maybe they've overstepped their bounds. Oh, you are actually the owner of this land, am I correct?
It's not showing up, is it? Maybe.
Do you have some identification?
Just looks at you blankly and goes, I've got bright blue hair. People kind of know me.
And what is your name?
I'm Steven.
That's not the name we were given.
Stephen what?
Oh no.
Oh, you have no surname? Oh, very
Well, I've never really been anywhere that needed one.
Then you certainly can't be the Lord, because the Lord would have a surname.
Yes.
Oh. So she's just
So who
looking
are you?
around. They're not really sure what to do.
What business have you in this building? And Wraith kind of looks around the room. Is there a purpose to this outbuilding that's apparent?
Oh.
Lost Tom's camera. There's like some basic gardening equipment on the walls and stuff in this room. Goes, well, I'm kind of the gardener, but I kind of find it difficult to use like the shears in this form. He sort of wiggles his arms around and you see he's got the very small, thin arms.
In this form, are you a shapeshifter?
No, but I am not. I am. It's not showing up. I am now. Well, apologies for me having to keep repeating myself on this bit, but it's just Discord not wanting to show up. Carry on.
I'm trying to think. Well, it seems that you do a good job well enough. Who do you work for? Are they in the main building over there? In fact, what? And Wraith again thinks, like, pulling himself together. What were we running from? And he looks back out the door. Is there anything back there that...
What?
It was the magic. We're being tracked by magic.
Is there something out there?
Touched on the back of Ruth, just like chewing at the back of your coat.
Can you please stop doing that?
That was the toy that like she was going for the whole time.
It's just the tails of his coat. Whipped it in the air.
Forth like that. It's the huge eyes. He is back. You know.
Yeah, you've got like the like the little tassels at the back, just like in your mouth going. "Ah." And Ruth's just looking at you, going,
No.
Vincenzo,
Take that out of your mouth.
You stopped the child from being a child, so therefore it's all of your problem now.
"You're only a foot smaller than Ruth as well." So he's like, he can't even pick you up by the scruff, and like, "Oh no."
What would happen if an 11-month-old kitten was big
That's an interesting question.
and had hands?
Oh, love it.
Wraith turned
She's
into
a
Ruth
year
and is
old
like...
now.
"Did-
Real
did-
Jennifer.
Did you just say we were being watched by magic? How so?
But that's what it felt like.
I
Yeah,
didn't feel anything.
there's magic everywhere. And he does a sort of,
There's magic everywhere.
yeah.
Yes.
You're not
Well.
wrong.
Well. Yes, but oh, can you take us to your master?
He won't
Your
like me.
boss.
He won't like me taking you to him.
Yes, but that's who we've came to see. He's been invited to a very important meeting, and he has to attend it. So we're here to invite him.
He's kind of got a no cloth people policy inside.
Well, can you go get him to come out then and talk to us at the door?
I kind of said it's got a no cloth people policy.
Oh, you mean yourself? He's not allowed. Then how
Yeah.
did you get employment? If
Well,
he's
like,
not against you.
I didn't used to be like this.
Oh, you've
Gestures
changed.
wildly.
Oh, you've been cursed.
Have I? Yeah.
Well, you said you've been a different shape. You're a
Oh,
different
well, yeah.
form.
I used to have legs.
Then what happened to your legs?
I don't know.
You look down, you notice that he somehow seems to have morphed to standing behind the box. Even though you're standing around him, he seems to look like he's behind the box from every angle.
Ruth's just looking at it completely confused, going, "What am I seeing?"
Is anybody else seeing this?
What?
It's inexplicable.
Doesn't mind.
These things
Oh, I
seem
think
to
I need to
bend
look.
time and space. They...
I understood that Fabricant were strange and exotic creatures, but this is beyond me.
Oh, we aren't that different.
Does the Fabricant have like a loose noodly kind of look to it?
Yes. It looks basically like, kind of like Grover, actually, is probably the closest you can get. Only with a sort of blue mohawk.
Well, she sees something peeking out from underneath the table and immediately leaves Ruth's tailcoat, dive at the Fabricant.
No, cats! Ah!
And he'd see him shit down behind the box.
Gentlemen, no. I know he's.
You hear the
Okay.
sound of it, even though you don't see him, you hear the sound of him rushing towards the door you came in.
Oh, balls.
It
Well.
seems we've no choice but to go back out there and where we're being watched, or whatever you said. And
Oh, you
Ruth
heard
looks
it
at
too.
the rest of the group like, is Ruth losing their shit? Like,
If I had one too many baths.
Jennifer is like hopping around doing the thing, trying to figure out where this bastard's gone. She is in hunter mode. It's basically on all fours at this point, you know, hopping around, looking for it, tail lashing, eyes wide, looking a little bit coked up, you know.
So you said this is a guard's room or a gardening room?
Gardening room. It's got like
Gardening
shears
room.
and stuff on the walls.
Okay. What, can we go into the other outbuilding?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's
You
in that
walk
one?
to the other outbuilding. It looks like a very old stables. Looks like it hasn't been used in a while. You see that there's evidence that something has definitely been sleeping in here. 'Cause it looks like there's a sort of like there's a straw with something has obviously been sleeping on the straw. Something quite
Okay.
large. At this point,
As-
the
have
blue
did
mohawk
I-
appears from behind the door and appears and goes,
Get away from that! That's ours!
That's yours.
No, ours!
Who
Who's
is?
ours?
Well, all of us.
How many are you?
Well, there was like 15 last time I counted. It used
15
to
of
be,
you.
there it just is now. Maybe he's just decided he wants to hire them, I don't know.
I'm very confused about all this. This is
Bloody
most
cotton
peculiar.
brains.
Hey, I take offense to that.
Yeah, it was designed to. Wait, hang on. Am I even in here?
I was about to say, because I don't think, unless you like joined us when we went into the other.
Was I
I-
still
Stable.
waiting
I
for an answer?
assume
Oh,
Jose noticed you all as you walked to the stables.
Okay. So what? Cotton
Has
brain. I take
Jennifer
offense
noticed
to that.
the new Fabricant pop up?
Yes, it was meant to. There you go.
Can I roll awareness to see if I have noticed a new target?
Yeah, roll.
I swear this entire stream is just me thinking of more stupid antics for a cat.
I mean, reasonable.
8!
You look around, you can hear him, but you can't see him. And you notice every time Juniper looks towards the open door, the fabricant ducks back in. You just see this little mohawk waving, just coming through the door frame. And every time it looks away, it pokes back out again with very googly eyes, going,
Get away from that. That's not yours.
Pokes back out
Juniper,
again.
in a confusion, is now hopping in a circle around the group, trying to figure out where he's going. Occasionally going in a little run at one of the boxes and jumping in it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Calm down, Juniper. You will do yourself a mischief if you continue with this. You'll have no luck if it's jumping about like that. Those things are wily.
Crash! Jumps right into a fucking box.
Oh no.
Juniper is now in a
Head
box. The
first.
box, slap
In
the
the air.
box, lids just falls on in. So Juniper is now contained in this quite large, maybe let's just say meter by meter cube.
Ruth's just gonna look at the
Rumbling.
box, look at the cat, look at the box.
The
Just
cat's in the
sigh.
the cat's in the box now.
Yeah, he's yeah.
It's
like,
shaking ever so
sigh.
slightly as going on.
Do we?
At this point,
Is it-
the fabricant appears behind the box and looks like he's trying to sort of do something to keep the box closed.
Goes, there, that will stop it. So, now
Good
that
luck with that, my friend.
now that every time I try and talk, I need to make sure this is showing up on Discord. Now that I've sort of contained the creature that might try and kill me, what are you doing here?
We've came to see the master.
Yeah, you said that, but why are you in the stables?
Well, we're trying to find him, and you wouldn't bring him to us. Or,
Well, I said he's got a no cloth folk policy.
well, but how do you discuss things with him if he has a no cloth
Oh, we
policy?
don't discuss things with him. He just yells stupid cloth people and kicks us out.
Then why do you stay here?
Oh, you know, it's all I really know.
That's pretty sad.
It is rather, isn't it?
I mean, I'm not as bad as the ones that work in there. They have to creep around like this so he doesn't see them.
This is the most bizarre employment I have ever heard of.
I'll suggest that we return to the main building. I mean, thank you for your assistance. One question for you about the way that you live. Are you free to leave, or are you indentured?
I
Oh,
don't
you'll
really.
know all about that, Tavinta.
I don't.
He ain't got dentures. Look at him. He's all cloth.
He meant indented, as in a slave.
Well, I'm kind
My
of
culture
here
might be
until I
one thing,
want.
but I'm an individual. I've never owned a slave myself, I'll have you know.
Really? Interesting. Very unusual for a Tavinta.
Well, a mortician's work is often solitary, and I had no need, and it's not my way, and we'll leave it at that.
At this point, the fabricant's sort of looking between all of you, quite confused, and then he goes,
Well, I suppose I could leave. I just don't really know where I'd go.
Anywhere.
Maybe we could get a ship and like sail the seas.
I mean,
I
there's
don't
nothing
like where this is
stopping you.
going. I don't like where this is going at all.
Yes, we will have a Muppets
Treasure
Treasure
Island, yes.
Island. Yes, I'm so I'm so down for that.
Oh my
So,
god.
Juniper has shape-shifting. I have recently rediscovered. I put that on her character sheet. How the fuck does that work?
Well, you're currently inside a box. It seems to be locked shut. So you basically just kind of shapeshift and turn into whatever you wanted. Sort of roll for it.
Okay.
So tell me what it
Well,
is you want. What's your things you can turn into?
I don't know. I didn't think this through at all. When I kind of whacked on the.
That's
It just
fine.
sounded like fun. My half-brained scheme was to turn into a small bug and sneak out, and then turn back into a cat, and then go for the fucking Muppet again.
Like a ninja attack.
Maybe. We'll see what everyone else does first. What's everyone else doing?
I think Ruth and Wraith just came to the decision that they were going to go back to the door.
All right.
Yeah, this is a waste of time.
Okay, the fabricant
Goes. All right. Bye.
Actually,
Bye.
and disappears
also,
out
you
the side.
peeked.
Yeah, I know.
You
I,
peeked again.
I'm literally watching the Discord when my voice shows up and when it doesn't. But yeah, he just disappears. He says goodbye, just disappears. But again,
Sure. I changed my mind. Now that he's disappeared, I'm going to wander back over to where they've been sleeping and have a quick poke around, see if there's anything interesting there.
Okay. Roll awareness.
Awareness is. Hang on, what is my awareness? 3. Honk.
Yes, you skip around, you eventually find a small bag containing what looks like a bag full of coins, and you also find what looks like some sort of journal, and as you open the journal, a quite large key falls out.
Sure, I'll pocket the key. I'm gonna offer the journal to the nearest literate and say, "Want to read?" Who's the closest literate person?
Yeah, well, me and Wraith have walked out, so you'll have to catch up with us.
Okay.
You are leaving
that-
Juniper locked in the box behind.
She,
In that,
Am
in
I
that
not
case,
escaping?
in that case, I'm gonna drop the journal back where I found it and take, I don't know, half the coins from the coin purse.
Okay.
How many are there?
Let's say there's like 20 silver as about half.
20 coins.
So yes,
that could be life saving.
as far as Ruth and Wraith are concerned, Juniper is still locked in this box, and you've just walked out, leaving them in the box.
Yeah, we can always come back.
She's
her
kept out
out
of trouble. She's out of trouble that way.
Wait, did you say 20 was half or
entertained as
20 was
well.
the whole?
20 was the
What if you need
half.
stabbies?
Okay, so
Very
I've got
true.
27 coins.
You might need stabbies, so has my escape method worked?
Roll. Give me a roll, and add your magic, and we'll see how the shapeshift goes.
How does magic work? What the fuck do I add?
Add your int.
Okay. I don't use a lot of magic, so I'm not used to it.
That's fine.
Add your intelligence.
13.
Okay, Juniper has managed to turn herself into a cat rather than a bug, but is now. She's found a hole she thinks she could fit through and can't. All the rest of you can hear is this.
You peeped,
Another show up
but I
again.
did her a
We're
spectacular
just doing that.
Yeah, every time I meow, it's not showing up on the thing. There we go. There's constant, considerable meowing as you look back and you see this tiny cat head just stuck out of this box frantically. You can tell it's scrabbling on the inside.
Wraith's just gonna turn and look at it.
We might want to retrieve our cat.
She's like gonna open the box.
Are you alright, my dear?
Cat's just gonna hop out onto you.
Yeah. So there's
Just
a
stick out your
small
shoulder
cat just appeared next to you, and you're like, "Where is Juniper? Why is this cat here?"
Small black cat on your shoulder now. There's a pound of clothes and like 3 dozen knives in the box.
My dear? What?
Can
I'm just gonna take you off his shoulder and like hold you like this, going, "What?" and
The
then put you,
rigging commences.
push you down in the box.
Just like, sort yourself out, my dear. We'll be waiting at the door.
And it just leaves.
I'll turn back and recollect all of my knives and just,
Yep.
you know, they're going in.
just Ruth's just gonna constantly side eye you, just being like,
Are you alright now?
Where's the thing? Where go?
I'm sure there's probably going to be more of them. They like to hide. I'm sure you'll have plenty of opportunity to catch one.
Yay. Just gonna kind of hop out and start tailing the group again, you know.
As you do.
Alright. So, what are you doing now you've let Juniper out of the box?
go back to the door and
Okay.
Yeah, right.
and open it.
Wraith has been kind of stood at the door, knuckle kind of ready, but looking back at what's been happening over there. And now that they're kind of headed over, he kind of gives it again, like his, because he's brittle, he gives as hard of a knock as he can. And
He gives a very
really.
polite, soft knock. There is no response.
You need to go harder, Rafe. Use your fist.
I'm a man of... Yeah, it's not my way, and he tries the door handle. Is there any give on that?
Nope. Doesn't open.
Oh, well,
Is it locked?
It is locked.
I shan't be bruising my knuckles on a door. Jose, do your thing.
Don't
Yeah.
be bruising your knuckles a little.
I'm gonna like push you to a side, like get out of the way, chumps. Get out my lockpick and my lucky rock, and get to work.
Okay. Roll your dexterity.
Which is a 5. Hang on, exclamation mark. D20 plus 5. Oh,
You
that's
for about 5
possible.
minutes you sort of wiggle around with the key. It does seem to be a very old lock, but you do eventually hear very satisfying as the bolt slides back and the door just slowly slides open, like rolls open.
Thank you very much. Very effective. Wraith kind of pulls the door open.
Yep.
And peers in a little bit.
Okay. It's a very it looks quite desolate there. It looks like to the side there looks like a very small side room that looks like it must be a storeroom with like cupboards, and with, like, as you can see it's lying open with like brooms and stuff inside. The place looks quite dusty.
Seems unoccupied. And Wraith steps in.
In the middle of the room there is a set of stairs leading upwards that do just sort of lead to a side point and then back up again to a floor above.
Looking up at this staircase, Wraith kind of calls up and goes, "Hello? Is there anybody in here?"
Silence.
He looks back to the rest of the group. Seems unoccupied.
Can you imagine if one of these sessions it was like, oh, it's unoccupied. Well, let's just go back home. just no one was there.
We tried.
You've done that before. It was called going to the beach.
Oh yeah.
That was a lot of fun. That
was pretty fun.
Episode.
Although it did cause some issues later on down the line when the crabs attacked.
True, but it also had Bellary creating a bazooka out of old pipe, some spray cream, and some rocket launcher ammo. And he
That's
rolled
true.
a nat 20. And it
And
worked.
so it worked.
It was fucking
And thus,
brilliant.
it worked.
Somehow. The doctor got injured as well, didn't she?
Yep.
She got like
Possibly.
shot in the leg or something.
She also gained
something?
She also gained skill in
Helicoptering.
Helicoptering, yeah.
Just had a message from Shiraz saying he has a horrific migraine he will not be on.
Ooh.
Sympathies.
Oh yeah, rest that. No, there's no worries.
So yeah. Anyway, carrying on.
Well, I suggest we look around this place and see what we can find. Would anybody like to come with me upstairs?
Sure, I'll go with.
I'll have a look round down here.
Okay.
Have we shouted out? Hello?
Yes, Beth did
Yes.
that.
All right. No answer. All right.
No,
then.
nothing.
I suppose room by room we go. Come
Okay.
along, kitten.
So, this room itself has, now you're sort of in the room and you're able to see a bit further. There is a door next to where the stairs start. Seems to lead to the sort of back half of the lighthouse.
I'd like to do an Arcana check again,
Mm-hmm.
just to give me a feel of this like feeling that we had of being watched again, because 13.
Alright. There's definitely a sense of Arcana coming from upstairs, like quite far upstairs.
Make sure you're careful upstairs. It seems to be something on the edges there. I don't want a repeat of last time.
With this being pointed out, can Wraith immediately sense that, or do I need to do a roll as well so that he can reaffirm this for himself? Because right now he's certainly thinking, is this Ruth being paranoid again?
You can
The
check.
elf being paranoid.
You can check yourself just for character value. No, you definitely feel a sense of upstairs. You're just like, well, at least she's got that right. Sorry, at least he's got that right.
Well, yes, it does seem that there's some source of power emanating up there. Jose, have your wits about you. Ready that weapon.
Don't read any books you're not supposed to.
Can't read anyway.
Well, let's not even open any books if we find them.
Or stab them or burn them.
Yes.
Until
Just
we've had
keep
a look
away
at
from
them.
books. I think paper money's as far as you should ever go.
Now you're talking.
Okay.
Well, let's make our way up there then, and we'll leave the investigation down here to the two of you.
Okay. So
Alright.
we will start with Ruth. What do you want to do?
So there's nothing in this room. Is there like any?
There's a
like,
door that
currently?
leads to like, sort of next to the stairwell, but the sort of bit that you can see so far is basically nothing there. There's a small cupboard that has some brooms and stuff in it, but nothing much more than that.
Okay, I'm just gonna go to the door, the first door that's there.
Okay.
And, like, stick my head through it first.
Okay. You open the door and you stick your head through it. You immediately sort of look around and you see that there's another set of stairs that lead down.
There's also a downstairs.
It looks down to a very dingy looking basement.
I'm gonna leave that last. I'm not gonna go down there without without backup.
It's like, I know.
Okay.
This is how elves are kidnapped to save slavery, by going into dark, deep dungeons alone. No, thank you.
Is there another door?
Nope. That's the only way.
No.
Only door just leads to the basement.
So there's only these two rooms downstairs then?
Yeah. There's only the small cupboard, and then there's the. It does seem very sparse. It's kind of weird. It seems like there was more, but it seems to have been like removed or something recently. Cause it seems very barren compared to what you'd expect.
There's not a kitchen or anything, or
Not
That's
on the floor you're
bizarre.
on now.
okay.
Juniper,
Hello?
hello. We're going to go down into the basement, so keep your wits about you.
I can go first.
Oh, you have night vision, don't you? Of course you do. Excellent. You can definitely go first.
Juniper hops down to the basement with zero regard to her safety.
Okay.
Ruth's
So-
gonna cup a spell in his hand. Probably just an ice bolt, an ice
Okay.
spell in his hand as he walks down. So,
What light source is Ruth using, just out of interest?
oh, he doesn't have it. I can cast light. I will cast light actually.
Okay. You casting light on something? Or you just.
I've got my staff, so I'll just cast it on the end of my staff.
Okay. So you go down the stairs. There's a door that seems to be very old and just falls open easily. So as you go downstairs and open the door, inside there's a very strong smell of rot.
Mm.
And as you
Is
look
it-
around
what-
to the left, there does seem to be what looks like some sort of a very basic kitchen. And there seems to be a dumbwaiter there as well. But all the sort of cooking materials and stuff that seem to look like the sort of way you'd expect, like fresh ingredients, are all very much rotten and are lying in boxes, just covered in a very thick layer of mold.
Oh, I don't like this. I don't like the look of this. This doesn't spell and bleh. This doesn't. Bleh.
Can I go explore the disgusting boxes of dead,
Mhm.
horrible food?
Yes.
Gonna start
Do me an
rifling through.
awareness check, Juniper.
Mhm.
Okay.
21.
Juniper sort of sniffs around the boxes and then immediately Ruth notices Juniper kind of having that sort of, like the spine goes straight and the crouch begins to happen, and then just leaps off into one corner, and you hear this, ow! It's alright, let's do a voice that actually will show up.
Ow! Oh, get off me! Oh, get off me! Ah, help! Help! It's eating me!
Jennifer, I think you've caught something that's... Jennifer,
I'm gonna stand up with it still in my mouth, like,
take it out of your mouth and just hold him down.
not
I'm terribly sorry. She's very excitable. Who are you?
I'm the chef.
Ruth's just gonna cast a glance around the kitchen and go, right.
And after a couple of seconds of Juniper moving out of the way, you see a sort of like something shaking itself, and then behind the box this thing in like very filthy white garb appears with a very disgusting looking chef's hat and a very thick eyebrows and moustache.
And goes, yeah, well, I can't cook like this.
And he just sort of waves his little tiny arms at you.
Do you know how hard it is to flambe?
And he holds his paws and you see burns all the way down.
No.
You poor fellow. Are you quite all right?
Well, no, I'm a fabricant.
Yes, but...
Ruth's gonna like take his hands and like apply some healing magic to like soothe the burns.
Okay, you seem to have removed the burns, and he looks at you quite confused and goes,
Oh, well, thank you. Can you do my neck?
and you look at his neck and there's this massive hole with this fluff just beginning to come out from where Juniper's got him.
I'm very sorry about my companion. She's rather excitable. Of course. That's not a problem. Juniper, no more attacking the little fabricant people, alright? As tempting as they might be, they are sentient creatures. Leave them be.
Yeah, we
she's
are
just
sentient,
staring
yeah.
at you like, I am listening, but I am not taking your word in.
I am listening. I'm hearing, but not listening.
You might want to placate her with a very shiny knife.
A knife? Well, I have a few of them. I can't really use them anymore.
And he sort of, you see him disappear behind, and he pops up again. He brings out this beautiful like Hessian wrapped set of knives. He sits them down and rolls them out.
Yeah, these used to be mine. It's like, yeah, these used to be mine, but I can't use them anymore.
Ruth's gonna put a hand on them and look at Juniper and be like,
Juniper, focus on me for a second. On me. Now,
How to train your cat.
if you do not attack the next fabricant unless we tell you to, you will not get. You will get these if you behave. All right. All of these, I will give you one every half hour or so. But you will not get the complete set until we leave here, alright? And you've behaved. Right.
Frantic.
gonna
nodding.
Thank you very much. Hopefully this will do it, but no guarantees.
and he's just gonna wrap it up and stick it in his robe.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much, little
well,
fabricant.
as long as they're going to a better home, I mean, I can't use them
trust me,
here,
she'll use
so...
them. She'll use them, don't worry. Do not worry. Much stabbing will be had.
Do you have a use for a cleaver?
And he just drops down, pops back up with this, clatters this massive cleaver on the box in front of him, and he goes,
Well, yeah.
I mean, it could come in useful as a medical device for decapitating limbs, so I might take
Oh
that
yeah,
for
it'll cut
myself.
through bones like butter.
Exactly. I'm just going to take
Juniper's
that.
like poking it
That is
like
my-
with curiously, like knife but square.
Yes, this is for me. This is mine. Just in case anyone gets a trapped limb. And
Now
we
stab.
can't.
Now stab.
Well,
Now stab.
not stab, more like smash.
And I'm just gonna like demonstrate it over with like 2 pieces of like rotten vegetables and just be like
Imagine that was
Juniper looks
bone.
on in fucking horror.
Imagine that was bone.
Juniper sort of looks with horror, then looks at her tail, then looks back at you with even more horror, and the tail swishes.
Yeah, exactly. This is why it's mine. I'm
It's
the
like the
medical.
flower cat meme of like you put the flower head and
Yep.
that's what she's doing.
It's just gonna pocket that. That might be useful in the future. Where's your master?
Well, he doesn't want any of us to come out. I have to hide if I want to stay here.
Yes, the other one said the same thing. Why?
Other one?
Well, there was one with a mohawk.
Oh, Steven, yeah.
Yes, Stephen, yes. We met him earlier.
Yeah, it's a shame what happened to him.
Well, what happened to Stephen?
Well, it's the same as me, you know.
He just gestures this weird thing with the fabricant looking to school.
Yeah, can't imagine it's easy to trim hedges when you can't pick things up.
Ah, so he is the gardener. But wasn't quite 100% sure on that.
Well, what else would he be?
Well, you're fabricant. You could be anything.
That's a little bit racist, if you don't mind me saying.
I'm an elf. I'm very aware of the fact. But, which room is he in? Is he upstairs? Is he down? Is there?
Who? Steven?
Your
Steven's
master.
outside.
Yeah, I know where Stephen is. Your master. This is who we've came to see.
Oh, I don't know where he is anymore. He doesn't sleep in the bed anymore upstairs, apparently.
Then where does he sleep?
I don't know. Ask one of them.
All right.
Ask Jenny, she'll tell you.
Who is Jenny?
Well, she's the maid.
Ah, where can we find her?
I don't know.
All right.
Last time I saw her was in the stables.
Ah. I think she gave us the slip.
Well, we all kind of have to sleep there. He kicks us out at night.
Yes. Try not to think of Jose. It's just stolen all their cot.
Yeah, we're saving up to get out of here, but it's not going very quickly.
Yeah.
Is Jose with us currently?
No, he's gone upstairs.
Okay. My next plan was going to be nick shit off of him, but okay.
Yeah. Ruth is also of the opinion of like, we're going to return these people poor things their money. Just gonna look at Juniper and be like, are you having the same idea that I'm having? Alright then, we're on the same
I
page.
can steal.
You get a knife.
Yes.
Here you
I
are.
am talking about you. I'm pretending to be you. Stop looking at me whenever I'm doing the voice.
Ruth's
I know
just gonna-
it's the voice I use for you, okay? I know.
Ruth's
She
gonna
thinks I'm
hand you one
talking
knife.
to her.
Oh.
I'm gonna hand you one knife.
There you are.
I give you a paring knife. That's what I've gave you.
Starts brandishing it in various directions, you know. Excitedly.
Alright. Is there anything else in this room?
No,
besides,
just
like, the
just mostly
kitchen?
just kitchens, and there is a dumbwaiter, but it doesn't look very safe.
How can we tell how many floors it goes up?
No, it just seems to be like a sort of box opening, and you can see there's a very. It looks like it's hanging by a thread,
Okay.
and when you look at it, it goes.
Yeah, we used to send his food up that way, but after a loose fireball, when he got really angry at Tim, we kind of lost it.
I assume Tim survived.
Well, he kind of burned for a bit. He's quite charred now.
Oh, good heavens.
Yeah, he used to be a nice butler too.
Was he also a fabricant or?
Well, he is now, but he's kind of in pieces about it. He's not really got over it.
Really disturbed by this.
How the fuck did you make Muppets scary? How did you make them tragic? Fuck, Popsky.
Well, you know, it's a tragic upbringing of the kind, you know.
I'm gonna need some of that liquor I'm making later.
Alright, right, well, I hope your hands are alright, and,
Well,
we'll go,
I can't
we'll
really
go
do
in-
much with them, but yeah, they're better than they were.
He just very pathetically tries to adjust his hat.
Oh, you poor things. Right, come along, Juniper, let's go and find the others.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm gonna take your hand and start walking beside you.
Ruth's not sure about the hand holding. To be fair, he's very much like, you can have my sleeve. I
Oh, don't say that.
do hand holding.
She's desperately trying to hold hands.
It's just like, take the sleeve.
Alright, well, while that you come back upstairs, we will cut to Wraith and Jose. So you get up the first flight of stairs, and as you get to the top, you see what looks like a sign in front of you that says "Cloth folk leave at 9 p.m." in big letters, and a clock behind it. It's ticking loudly.
Seems quite regimented around here. This man runs a type shop, whatever kind of shop it is.
There's a door to your left and a door to your right, and there's more stairs leading up.
Left first. I don't know why. But left first.
Okay.
Wraith kind of hovers around the stairwell as Jose goes over to the door.
Okay. You open the door opens with ease. Inside, it looks like it was some sort of bedroom, but it's been trashed. All the beds are lying like upside down. All the sort of bed like side cabinets and stuff like that have all been like shoved over and landing, and are all sort of lying everywhere. It looks like this place has been thoroughly trashed, and there's like scorch marks on the walls and everything.
Hmm.
And Wraith see into the room from where he is.
Yes.
Somebody's got quite the anger.
Anything that I can see of use or of value?
No, you kind of look around for a while. There's not really anything. It looks like when you sort of move the beds and stuff like that, the beds have incurred quite a thick layer of mold as well. It looks like they've also been like untouched for a while.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright. Right hand side.
Okay. You open the right hand side. Again, it looks like another bedroom again, but this side smells slightly sweeter in the air. But again, the room is just trashed. There's again scorch marks on the walls. There's less beds in this side, but they look like they've been like thrown with more anger into the wall. Some of them are into a bit more of a shrapnel pieces than the rest.
Don't know that. Guess we go up the stairs then, because doesn't seem too much there.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, we'll both wander up, and Wraith kind of peering up. Can you feel the magical thing more intense as they're going up?
Yes.
I feel we should prepare ourselves. Whatever has happened in those rooms is certainly violent. So whatever is above us is probably the source of it. And he pops a little fireball into his hand, ready to go.
Okay. You go up another level, and you see basically on this next level again. There's like stairs just leading up another floor, but around the whole sort of this level, spinning around is an entire bookshelf that seems to be full of old books.
Interesting. Wraith kind of wanders over to the nearest set and with his spare hand starts like leafing over them. Is there anything that jumps out as kind of recognizable magical texts?
There's lots of books. They look more like books about history of the land and such, and lore of creatures and stuff like that. You do vaguely see one lying on the floor open, and you bend down and flick through it. It seems to be very detailed descriptions of how to butcher certain animals for them to be usable meat. It's one of those kind of weird survivalist books that you'd get.
That's quite interesting to Wraith, so he scoops that up. I might learn something that could help us if we ever have to survive in the wild, and he kind of pockets it.
Okay.
And then turns back to Jose and says, unusual for such violence to take place in the home of a learned man like this.
Tom is frozen. No, he hasn't. There he is.
Don't know.
I thought you'd frozen
you're
for a
fine.
second there, Tom.
Nah.
Kind of apropos of nothing, so we'll head up the stairs and, it seems that there's nothing but books on this level. Shall we
As you're
continue
about
on?
to head up the stairs, you hear someone following up the stairs, and you look down where you came, and you see Ruth again, sort of holding her sleeve out quite far, and Juniper grabbing the sleeve, twisting it around their own hand, and walking up, holding it quite tightly.
Clinging with both hands at this point.
I
Pumpkin.
wait. For goodness sake, give it a
Everyone wishes Cabbage was here.
This is the last time I tell Cabbage that I'm babysitting.
We need a cat wrangler.
Yes.
A fucking harness. You need like a child harness for her.
Yep.
Reins.
Yep.
We found the kitchen and another of the fabricant. Also, I have a cleaver. He just whips out the cleaver. So if any of you
Whips out this massive cleaver that's about the same size as your leg.
wing.
Wraith just takes a step back. Be careful where you're waving that thing.
I am very quite adequately good. I can't speak. I'm just in case any of you accidentally crush your limbs against under a rock or something, and we have to extract you.
Well, I've actually got something. There's a second use that we may have for it. And he pulls out the book and kind of shows some of the diagrams. Oh, this is a book on butchery. We may be able to hunt and kill our own food in future.
I mean, I don't see myself doing the hunting, but
Yeah. Ruth
skinning and
We
the
do have
Ruth
a
flicks,
cat.
Ruth flicks through a couple of pages, and eventually, after some of the pages seem to get a bit weird, and then after one page, there's one about how to butcher halal. Halal? No, halal.
Hala.
Halal, that's one.
Snaps the book shut.
Yep. Just
Burn
like
this.
how to do a very sacred elven creature, how to butcher it, and get it was meat, and you're just like, nope.
There's a page in this that I want you to burn.
Oh, well, what would that be? And he starts leafing through until he gets to that page, and you go,
Oh, no,
I
no.
see."
Ruth flicks through and he goes, oh, it's this one, isn't it? And he turns and shows you a picture of how, I forgot what we called them. What did we call cat creatures in this?
Tabaxi.
No, it wasn't Tabaxi,
No.
it had a name. My brain's forgotten. But yeah, basically it just shows the version of Juniper and how to... It's this page, isn't it?
No!
Oh, you want to keep this page? Okay.
I mean, rip out that page too. Poor Juniper doesn't need to see that either.
What, butchering little cat people?
Yes.
Wraith is compassionate enough that he'll recognise that that's like, oh, well, we'll get rid of that one as well, and he quickly rips it out of the book.
About
Yes,
humans.
noticed a moth in the corner of the room.
Wraith kind of casts fire on it as it comes out of his hand, so it's like it just poofs and disappears as it goes off.
And then
becomes
Juniper starts
smoke.
chasing the ashes of it quite cutely, and you're just like, she will never know.
She will never know. No, the one with the holler, of course. I know some of you Shemlin like to eat sacred beasts, but I find it quite offensive.
Well, it's fair, and he flicks through quickly again until he finds that page, and again flicks it out, sets it on fire,
Okay.
and quickly leafs through it again, looking for more questionable pages, with a kind of cocked eyebrow, like
No, you don't
My
find
friend's group is going to be offended by this meat.
you don't find anything else immediately of concern.
The cat people homeland, I can't remember what the fuck it was called. I imagine it's like a deserty kind
It is a
of thing.
desert, yeah.
It's a desert. Yeah, I remember that much.
It's
Little
desert. I
nomadic
can't.
desert cat people. Yeah, I just wanted to double check, like, where the fuck did Juniper come from?
You came from a very deserty place.
Very deserty place. 1 second, I will check
Sounds about
what
right.
the name of the cat people were.
Sauron?
I think it was like
Siren,
Siren.
yeah, Siren sounds about right.
Mm.
I've added fabric in. I've put tabaxi here, and then I've not actually explained what tabaxi are. Yeah. Doesn't matter. We'll carry on and we'll come back later on.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's something we can look up later.
Sarian. Yeah, that's it. Sarian. Okay. Yeah, this is the problem with making lore and never really needing to use it for a while. But yes, so you have found that, and you're now at the stairs. What do you want to do now?
Wraith puts the book away and kind of looks at Ruth and says, can you feel it? It's getting more intense as we get closer to the top of this tower.
Yes, the fabricant we met downstairs said he was up here. He didn't sleep in his room. He stopped sleeping in his rooms as well.
Well, did you note the rooms on the lower floor that had been ruined? It seems that this man has a certain rage about him. Maybe that he's lost his mind or something.
Is it possible that he's only recently came into his magic? It would explain the uncontrolled outbursts.
Well, I certainly didn't see anything on the shelves that indicated he was of our background, at least.
I mean, you Tavine and most mages have attend circles. I never attended a circle. But it's rather late. If he is late, he's a rather late bloomer. If he just has coming into his magic, normally it's a childhood thing.
Could be something inflicted upon him.
It might be something nefarious, yes. But I think we should tread with caution. Everybody keep your wits about you. If he is a new mage, then it could be very, very dangerous.
Well, who volunteers to take the lead on this? I suggest that us mages lead from the back, as it were. We can provide support.
Unless you have a barrier speller, then I can stop. I'm afraid I don't have any of those talents, I'm afraid.
No, nor I.
I suggest maybe we send the most stealthiest. Juniper, would you like to earn another dagger? Right, my dear.
Frantic nodding. She is standing to attention almost in front of you, like.
I'm just gonna turn to Wraith, but
I think I found a winning method.
Shake
Yes.
the Dreamies box.
This is the most focused I think I've ever seen our companion.
I'm going to like take out one a peeling knife this time. It's a very small knife.
Right, this one. You've got to sneak around very as quietly and as discreetly as possible. And if you see or hear the slightest thing, I want you to come and tell us immediately and warn us. All right?
Sneak where?
Well, you're going to be the scout, so you're going to be scouting in front of us.
Okay.
So when you sense or see or hear anything that is very scary or dangerous, I want you to lift a paw right up in the air. Be silent, all right?
Will you see Paul?
What?
Will you see Paul? And starts waving around a black paw in the fucking dark room, you know?
okay. Ruth's gonna take a bit of cloth from his robe and like tie it around her, like a little like handkerchief around her wrist.
Right. Hopefully I'll be able to see that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna sneak ahead then.
Okay, so Juniper scampers up the stairs. How far behind are you all following, just so I know?
Can we test the distance to see how far I can see the fabric in her hand?
Well, basically it's a small a set of stairs going up, so you can't really see the floor above. But maybe you could see from the sort of bottom of the... It depends whereabouts she goes in the next floor.
I mean, what rooms are there? I could scout the
upstairs
floor
and next
and
floor
then
there-
wave when it safe or whatever.
There's a room to the left and a room to the right again.
I'm gonna sneak into the one on the left to start with.
Okay. You open the door to the left. Inside looks like a quite fancy looking dining room. So it's quite a small room. It looks like it's got a very well polished table in the middle. Unlike everything up to this point, it doesn't seem to have any dust on it at all. And it looks like there is a place setting for a single person.
Okay.
There is like there's like candelabra in the middle of the room and everything. It looks very very high class considering.
I'm gonna sneak my way around with any particular notice to knives that are anywhere near me.
Okay.
And also, can I roll awareness to see if I can spot anything out of place?
Yep.
Oop. 18.
You look around
Jeepers
and you
getting
can't.
the rolls today.
You can't seem to spot much though. Whenever you come over and you pick up one of the knives, you hear a sort of gasp from the back of the room.
Can I angle an ear towards it and see if I can kind of pinpoint where it is? Right,
As you start picking the knife up and looking like you're going to put it in the pocket, you just hear a very faint "No."
Just spin around and
Say
chuck
again?
a knife at that point.
Okay.
So what was that?
You chuck the knife. It goes flying through the air. Let's see. What does it result in?
Shall I roll?
Let's just see.
Yeah.
There's a really soft, and then oh.
Did you just murder a fabricant?
I hope I didn't kill him. I just wanted to stop whatever was there from coming from my face because you were like hyping it up like danger things.
Usually it is.
It is. I'm gonna go over and like see what the fuck I've poked and hopefully.
You walk over
Not
to it and
killed.
you see sort of not very hiding anymore, but within a cupboard that's now lying open, you see a very charred looking fabricant with a knife sticking out of him. He's just looking at it going like, "It's going to be a bastard to clean."
I'm gonna kind of pull the knife out and be like, I'm just gonna pick him up and just bring him down to the room.
Okay.
Oh,
You pick him up,
God.
he doesn't seem, he pathetically tries to stop you. But as you kind of scamper
Jesus.
down while carrying him, you get to where everyone else is, and you drop him, and he somehow manages to, as I said, magically jump behind the box, because they all seem to do this. And you look at him, he's a very charred looking fabricant. And he goes, Who are you? Why are you here?
I found Jim.
Juniper.
I didn't mean to.
Rude.
My stuffing's coming out. And you see him weakly padding at a point with his fluff coming out of his coat.
I'm so sorry for my companion. Please let me attend to your wounds, dear thing.
I don't
sorry.
feel pain anymore. It's
Yeah,
just all my stuffing gets out. I don't have much left.
Yes, well, let me help you with that. And I'm just gonna apply some healing magic.
Okay. You go over and you start pushing the bits of stuffing back inside. You notice a lot of the stuffing is quite charred.
Oh dear fellow, what you've not had a very nice time. What happened to you?
The master set me on fire.
Why on earth would he do that?
He doesn't like cloth people.
To be fair, not exactly an unreasonable stance
It's not.
in this universe.
Ignore him.
He says we're the bastards of magic.
Step away from the dodgy subject.
Alright. I don't like being annoyed, and these fabricant all seem to push my buttons the wrong way. Somehow. I don't know how they managed to do it.
It's the fact that they're Muppets in a dark fantasy series, that's why.
No, it's the fact that they're stupid, I think.
I see.
Yep. why I struggle to understand why this person employs Fabricant and then
He didn't employ
So
us.
he could beat the fuck up that
We
apparently.
became Fabricant.
oh
Game fabricant?
Coughs, and you see smoke, just old, really dusty smoke just coming out of him. Yes, the master was sent a package from overseas. When he demanded we opened it while he was away on business and got it all set up for when he came back, but it was this gem, and it kind of made this wibbly feeling, and when it stopped making that, we were all fabricant.
oh dear.
Yes, a bit of a bastard, if you ask me.
And so what happened to this gem? And what happened when he came back?
After we all became fabricant, I tried to carry it to his office, and he sort of puts his hands up, and you see he's got really very thin hands. And he goes, I couldn't really control it, you see, and it sort of broke. That's what caused him to be so angry when he came back.
Ah. Where are the remains of this gem now?
They got swept up and left downstairs somewhere, I don't know. Probably out back. It's where we would usually leave it.
All right.
And again, he starts coughing really, like, he sounds really wheezy.
Is there any way that Ruth can help him at all?
How do you want to help him?
Bullet. They get on my nerves so much. These. I'm not sure if it's the way you've written them to be, or if it's the voice. Or I don't know. There's something about them that really grates. I know what it is. It's because they ran me around the whole of last time for like 4 hours or whatever it was. Got nothing done because of them stupid little buggers.
So at this point, Jennifer has gotten fucking bored again and has wandered off to go explore the right-hand room.
That's fine. Well, we'll leave Jennifer to explore that while we deal with it. Is anyone else doing anything with the fabricant before?
I'm gonna try and like use magic to try and like give him some more stuffing and take out some of the charred stuffing.
How are you going to do that?
I'm sure there's a cushion lying around somewhere that I can steal some new.
No. He burnt the cushion to see what he would do to the rest of us if we didn't leave.
Ah.
There's probably some old mattresses you can grab stuff out of.
Yeah, I'm gonna wander into the bedroom and like try and find some more stuffing.
Well,
poor fabricant is like dying. It was probably an older gentleman.
right.
He's just been suffering. Shit.
So as you
Ruth's just like
you do that, we will cut to Juniper, who has opened the other room upstairs. Inside is a very elaborate looking bedroom, that has a very everything else is pristine apart from the bed, and the bed looks like it's been slept in once and then not been tidied up again.
Okay.
But when you look around, it looks like it's been quite a while because there is a slight level of dust on the bed compared to everything else.
Can I snoop around, try and find anything of vague interest? Letters, random gem, dust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look around. You find there's a wardrobe. You open up and it has several quite fancy-looking magic robes in it. Several who are kind of, some of them are like sort of blues and reds, but they're fancier than you've seen, but they're not like ridiculously expensive fancy, but they are a lot fancier than things you've just seen lying around in like simple tailors and stuff.
Cool. Nicking those.
Okay.
Continuing.
You look around the drawers. There's a large mirror and drawers. You open the drawer, there's like an old hairbrush. There is some what looks like bottles of like some kind of oil and similar just lying around that are quite strongly perfumed. And it's just up to you if you want to take these sort of random beauty items.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm thinking migraine relief for Vincenzo.
Okay. That is fine. You sort of shuffle all these into whatever pockets you have. There's nothing
Cramming
else
it in
really
there.
here.
I'll snoop back downstairs and report, I guess.
So you go back out here, you notice that there's one more, there's a set of stairs still leading up one more floor.
Hmm.
Have I been able to like help? Sorry.
Nothing dangerous has happened, so I'm not obligated to go back yet.
Alright, well, at this point, Ruth has indeed found, like, ripped open one of the old mattresses and taken some of the stuffing out and given this fabricant a bit more stuffing than he had.
Taking out some of his scorched stuffing as well.
Yes, so you notice that
I've done some fabricant surgery, that's what I've done.
after doing this, you notice he is coughing less smoke than he was before.
Is that a little bit better for you?
Oh, yeah, it's a lot better. And when he coughs, there's not as much like soot coming out of him.
Ah, good. So the chef told me downstairs that he was upstairs. Or
Who is upstairs?
your master. Have you seen him lately?
Yes, he's on the balcony floor.
He's on the balcony floor. All right.
Yes, he's in quite the mood today.
Good mood or bad mood?
Well, I don't think he's ever been in a good mood, to be honest.
Well, from the state of these rooms, I can see why.
Yes, it turns out
a bit of
that
a
when your servants can't make your bed or make your dinner, he tends to get quite angry.
But that's not your fault. You
Oh, it's been
an
months.
unfortunate-
We've been this way for months, and he just magically conjures himself food now and grumps about it. If we threaten to try and help him, he just offers to set us on fire.
It's not your fault. It's his fault for telling you to open the blasted thing in the first place.
Well, you can talk to him about that. He won't talk to me.
We're supposed to come to a meeting. That's why we're even here.
Oh, we are not allowed to bring mail to him anymore.
Why?
Well, after the last one, he says he doesn't want to tempt fate again. He says it was a attempt on his life.
Oh, for goodness sake. Alright, well, we'll have a look at... We'll go and deal with this master of yours and have a look for the gem and pieces of the gem and,
He
I can't really say anything more than that.
So at this point we'll cut back to Juniper, who's on the. Are you going up another set of stairs?
I'm going up the stairs.
Okay, you go up one more set of stairs. It's quite empty on this floor. All there is really is there's a ladder in front of you that seems to lead up to what looks like some sort of observation deck. And at this floor, it just seems to be there's a couple of pairs of shoes at the side that look like they belong to. Well, they belonged to several different servants and stuff. Whereas at the moment there just seems to be one pair of older looking shoes. There is a small pile of what looks like dishes that have never been really cleared up properly. And there looks like there's an old walking stick at the bottom of the ladder.
I'll scoot up the ladder, I think.
Okay.
Really sneaky style.
You scoot up the ladder, you see, as you get to the top, you see this massive, very ornate, very intrinsic metal object that seems to contain within it this very large, glowing, bright yellow light that seems to keep spinning very slowly.
Is there anyone up here?
No, everyone is still downstairs.
Okay. I guess I'll scoot around, try and see things.
Okay. You get up to the top, you climb up fully and you look around. There is a small door to the side, and as you look into the small door you can see there's not even a doorway, it seems to just be a small curtain that masks it, and inside seems to be a very old looking man sitting in a chair. You can hear him muttering to himself, looking out the glass into the sea.
Okay. I kind of sneak very quietly into the room and start kind of vaguely scoping around.
Okay. You notice when you get close that he seems to have a very fine looking crystal glass in his hand, which is filled with a very deep red liquid. And you notice also on the floor next to his leg, you notice another staff, which has very, again, quite intrinsic sort of red and blue runes, like carved all the way up it.
Is he looking at it?
He's staring out the window at the moment, and as you sort of creep slightly closer, you hear him go,
There are no cloth people allowed here. Kindly fuck off.
Well, that's not me, so I'm not moving.
Yeah, fur isn't cloth.
Can I nick the staff and, like, run away with it?
you can try, roll dexterity.
Yep. Come on, Dicebot. Be nice to me.
Come on.
Come on, Dicebot.
Yep.
Ooh.
So you grab the staff and start running back to the ladder. He is not expecting this at all. He goes,
What? Where are you taking my staff, you bastards?
and he turns round and starts just yelling and walking after you very slowly.
Just running back downstairs.
Okay, let me just see. He throws the crystal glass. It smashes mere inches from your head as you climb down the ladder.
Yep.
And everyone can now hear this very angry man shouting from above.
Gonna run back, hand the staff to like.
That's
Wraith
like the idea
and
of
be
Juniper
like,
running
"Hey,
back.
Batman coming now. Let's
Just-
go.
just- Running, holding one paw in the air, holding the staff in the other. Like,
Wraith grabs it. Can you immediately feel power? Is there? Like,
yes,
a sense of,
this is a very, very strong magical staff.
Oh, and his eyes widen, and he grabs it with both hands and aims it up the stairs. He goes, well, ready yourselves. Can you tell what this staff does?
It definitely feels like it's got some sort of fire and or freezing spells to it.
Oh, right up his alley. So he's prepared with fire in mind and points the staff ready.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Poking Ruth. Go first.
And you,
No,
go on, Tom.
after you.
No, Tom, you go.
No, after you.
You sure?
Go on.
I feel rude.
Shut up and talk.
Okay, go on.
I'm poking Ruth and going, big knife, big knife.
No, little knife. We agreed the little knife.
So I got big thing.
No, little knife. I said warn us, not bring him here.
I'm gonna start poking Wraith to be like, big knife. Big knife.
I give her a little knife. I give her a little knife and another knife just to place her.
I'm gonna sort of push to the front, sort of push you two back and push up my hand to block your staff from like firing. And I'm gonna say, not how you do. Special delivery.
What are you doing, man?
There is a massive lightning bolt shoots from above, strikes Jose in the face.
Why is it always the face?
Oh.
Oh!
Ooh. Wait, is that good or bad? 20. I can never remember whether your rolls are good for us or bad for us.
It depends on how mean Bubsky is.
It depends on what table he's looking at as well.
He actually just makes it up.
Oh.
He doesn't actually have any specific thing.
Oh no! 2! It's a 2!
Well, it was a 20 a moment ago, so
Yeah,
either it's going to
20
be
and 2, that's not good,
good.
Tom.
It's either
That-
going to be good and bad at the same time, or bad and good. So it'll even out.
You have a lightning bolt shudder down from your head, down your arm. Your arm is now, it's like you see immediately all the blood vessels in your arm are all popped at once, and the whole arm is like massively purple and swelling and just getting more and more and more deep purple in colour. This is quite painful.
I was gonna say, big stab, big stab.
We're just going
What is it with you losing limbs, Tom?
I am done nothing.
Ruth's gonna pull him aside and like take out the knife. It's like,
This is not going to heal. You could potentially die if I do not remove this limb immediately.
I'm gonna shrug Ruth off and say, "Dickhead! I said special delivery."
Faith, take care of him.
Wraith is looking down at this, and can I block up the entire stairwell with ice in front of us?
Try rolling roll magic and see what we can do.
Does he get a buff, or does he lose the -3 now he's got a nice
Yeah,
start?
minus 3 was just for the first roll.
It's just one roll.
Alright, 13. Yes,
Okay.
you shunk a big ice block in the way. From behind it, you hear, "You fools! I know more magic than you could ever do! What is this primitive nonsense?"
It's your stuff, mate. Lol.
Wraith turns back to the rest of them and goes, "We should probably depart." Were we given a note at the start of this? Was it something to deliver, or were you just giving the message to this guy? I'm trying to remember.
You were just to find out why he hadn't attended the meeting.
We found out.
Wraith shouts up the stairs, "You're wanted at a meeting in town! I think we've done our job!" And he looks back to everybody, "We should get out of here quickly!"
At this point, you feel the stairs shudder and this whole ice wall just shatters and this hand is on it and just comes back up and goes, "What? I'm going to kill all of you!"
Oh, fuck.
Big knife, big knife, big knife.
Wraith fires off a fireball or whatever he can out of this staff. Whatever
Okay.
enhancement it can give, he's trying to channel that.
Alright, roll. Yep, you shoot a massive fireball, it engulfs him in flame. He doesn't seem to be bothered by it, but it engulfs him in flame.
Ruth's gonna take out the cleaver and try and like tomahawk it towards
Okay,
aim.
roll
aim at
strength.
it. Oh no! Come on, dice ball.
15.
15 is not bad. Let's just see. Yep. It spins through the air. It slunks really loudly into the middle of his chest.
Yes!
He just looks down and goes, "What is this?"
And I'm just gonna look at Wraith and go,
Electric bolt! Electric bolt!
And I don't know anything about lightning.
Oh, bollocks!
Can I just take the biggest knife I have and throw it at his fucking skull?
Yes.
Yay!
I'm
Yay.
Roll
I'm
dex.
still marinating in adrenaline at this point, I think.
I'm gonna
Your
need to,
arm
like,
is just getting more and more swollen and it's entirely purple the whole way up. You're
I'm
feeling
surprised it's swelling and not just.
You're feeling very
like,
lightheaded.
Dribbling. It's dribbling, I imagine.
It's not dribbling because it's all contained. There's no wound. It's just all
Prince syndrome.
all within your arm is swollen.
Bleeding in your arm, you dipshit.
Yeah.
That's fine. Listen, I don't care about that. I've got too much adrenaline in my veins right now to be caring about that. I'm
Well-
going to yell up at the stairs whilst knife throwing is happening. Something along the lines of, attacking a Grey Warden's a crime! Get down here! One
Throwing
day.
a knife.
Your
14.
knife shunks through his ear,
Ooh!
so he does have massive cleavers coming out of his chest. He's on fire,
Burbling at
and he
all.
has a thing go through his ear.
So he's very good against magic.
He
How has he not fallen down the stairs yet?
he turns to look at Jose, and he just slips and falls down the stairs. Can everyone do me a dodge roll to not get hit by this barreling, bleeding man
Who's
rolling
got
down the
dodge
stairs?
roll? Do any of us have dodge
If any of you
roll?
have,
Yes,
if,
I
any-
do,
if anyone has
thank
dodge roll, you add
Also
your
do
dex.
I, actually.
If you add your dex to your dodge roll, if you don't, it's a plain roll.
20!
9. Oh god.
Well,
Do I get a debuff on account of the fact that I have a
Do
dead arm?
do your roll and we'll see.
Uh-oh. Hang on, how do I...
Natural 1.
Okay. Say goodbye to the arm! That's not sticking around, is
The
it?
arm?
I'm gonna say goodbye to Tom.
Yeah, I was like, forget your arm. You're gonna be rolling a new character.
Again, you're the new Bowery now.
I'm not dodge rolling, I'm rolling characters.
Yeah. So, the blade rolls down the hill.
What? What blade?
The
My
blade that's
blade.
lodged in his chest rolls down the hill.
I thought that was in the wizard.
It is in the wizard, but it's a very large cleaver that was like stuck at this kind of angle. Somehow, from the angle and the way it hits into Jose, it literally decapitates him.
Blimey. That's a bit of an unusual
So Jose's head rolls down the stairs. This wizard keeps rolling down the stairs on fire. Everyone else seems relatively, like, Meg slightly on fire, but Jose has indeed been fully decapitated.
I
I
mean,
like to think Jennifer jumped upwards and clung onto like a beam in the ceiling.
I just envisioned Wraith and Ruth on either side, just like taking a step to the side.
Yep.
Jose didn't step to the side in time, and then both of them have just like watched this happen.
No.
I think
it's
I was
side of his
right
head,
for the
and now we're
step
looking
side.
at each
Jennifer
other.
jumps up and then it just whacks into Jose.
there was like 4 of us. But here is our dear cat friend. Here are the 2 grumpy old men, and there was me.
Yep.
Jump out the way. Jump to the side.
Yeah,
Doesn't
step.
jump.
It's like,
Yes.
what?
I
So-
like to think that I was so hopped up on whatever it was, chemical in my blood, that I was like, I can catch him.
I think you were so I think you were so starved of blood in your brain that you probably didn't think well enough.
You didn't
was just
have the
like-
reaction time.
So yes, sadly,
Oh, look, there's a
Jose has indeed been fully decapitated.
which
so
means no chance of survival.
yes, but
Well,
with
at least
a
get
5 and a
back.
1, it's a full.
Easy.
It's a brain.
Oh
it's a
my
head loss.
God.
So yeah,
Head loss is death.
yes. So
What is it? What was the other thing? Head loss.
well, if you look at the dark side one, it's on the pinned ones.
There was like 3 or 4 things that were. That's it. You're dead.
It's lost, bruised, bleeding, and lost and broken. And basically every 1, 5, 10, 15 or 20 is loss, which means fully removed. And then the what is
Alright, so
Go.
the important thing, who's gonna pillage me loot?
So as this wizard's going to be dead, I'm assuming he's going to be dead. Let me just double check he's actually dead and he's not still burbling to
He's an
himself.
important part of the community.
He's-
You can't
he's-
just go around
he's
killing
dead.
people.
So
I mean, we have.
at the foot of the stairs, the ground floor, there is now this singed, burning corpse of this wizard with this massive cleaver hanging out of his chest, just lying there smouldering. And as you come down the stairs, you notice from all the boxes lying around, all the other fabricant you've met and 2 or 3 others you haven't, all just looking onto him, going like,
Oh, well, I guess he's dead.
Where's my head?
oh,
I'm
and
sorry.
Jose's head is just sort of rolled around.
I'm
Just
sorry,
leaking everywhere.
that wasn't our intention, but, result, I suppose? Now you don't have to worry about being set on fire.
Result? We were meant to tell him he missed a meeting!
But he was torturing his staff. As an elf, we are often the servants, and we get mistreated all the time. So I feel for these poor fabricants.
Summary execution is slightly different. Have you heard of the phrase proportionate response?
He came at us.
yeah.
You
coming
stole
right
his
for us.
stuff!
Wraith is a little bit grave, and by comparison to what's happening here, and like kneels down next to Jose's headless body.
And it's just like, ooh, gold shavings, I'll take them.
Well, it's not immediately the thought at this time. But kind of like
It would have been if it would have been if
that kind
the
of thing.
roles were reversed, then that it would definitely be Jose's first thought. Ooh, Weathering, or whatever it was.
It's more that he's kind of in shock at how quickly that happened, and is
It did
kind of
happen
looking down at
very
the body and
quickly.
looking around at the room.
Ruth's kind of
That
not
was very
surprised,
quick.
but at the same time he's like, wow.
Well, that was not expected.
That's a
I'm gonna
2
go-
for 1
What
deal.
goes around comes around, eh? Oh,
Oh my god, that was good.
damn it, Juniper, I needed you. You know how last time I said... Oh, I'm not sure she can hear it.
No, she can't hear
You
it
know
at
how
all.
last time I said you can have the dagger when I die.
She's definitely getting it now. Ruth's gonna just like wander down the stairs and be like, well, this is not how I expected.
Mind
this
the blood
game
on
was
the way
going to
down,
turn out.
Yeah, there's lots of blood on the way down.
Yeah,
Are you going
it's
to
like-
remove the cleaver from his chest?
Yeah, that was handy. I'm just gonna like clean it on the mage though before I put it
On his
back
on his
in my
robes, yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then kind of search the mage.
Okay.
'Cause if he's got hidden knowledge, I'm just kind of like,
He
what
doesn't
knowledge
have
do you have?
he doesn't have much on him. From looking through his robes, he has a small, very small, very hard-bound leather book, which looks about maybe looks like sort of A5 size, maybe A6 even, which seems to have scribbles in it, including when you look for the recent entries, most of them seem to be like, "That bastard tried to turn me into a fabricant. He'll learn. I'll send him a gem. Guess what I'll turn him into?" So yeah, there's lots of sort of ranting going on, and then there's continued rants about how he hates Fabricant as the sort of pages go on after that. A lot of the Fabricant that are standing around are just sort of looking around, going like,
So what do we tell people? Did he fall down the stairs and just land on a cleaver, or?
He fell down the stairs while practicing juggling knives.
Oh,
Were they
also,
on fire?
He was
it his
smoking a
new
cigar.
trick.
Ah.
Well, might I suggest disposing of the body and maybe keeping it simple? Simply falling down the stairs, I mean...
Yes.
I
yes,
mean, we always said that pipe would kill him.
Yes. You could have died of asphyxiation. There you are. And,
Asphyxiation. Yeah.
Yes. I'm a physician. I can write the birth certificate if you like.
Oh, well, that saves something.
Jesus Christ, that's a bit of a conflict of interest.
Yeah, saying that, Wraith cocks an eyebrow and goes, I think that's rather really more my field of expertise, and he kind of pushes forwards and if anybody's going to be writing death certificates around here, I should think it'll be me.
Fine, very well. Have at you.
Juniper.
Where to look for these books you were speaking about?
Rowan, you know last time I said you can have the dagger when I die? I am dead.
Okay.
It is it is dagger, open bracket, sharp, exclamation mark, close bracket.
I'm gonna add that. See, I don't actually put anything that I have in my inventory.
it's
but I'm
mostly
gonna
just
add that.
knives, numerous knives.
Dagger, bracket sharp, exclamation mark. There we go.
Wraith has pulled out a pre-prepared checklist, Mortician's tick list, and is now diligently going about marking off this man's
Just set of cue
unfortunate death.
cards.
And
Yep.
it's a very convenient set of kind of injuries that I'm listing here. That's definitely just from falling down the stairs, nothing untoward.
Oh, well, I guess we bury him outside then.
Just sellotape the death certificate to his forehead and leave him.
Burial would
Does that
leave
fit?
evidence. We'll burn these bodies. Our companion as well needs disposing of, I suppose.
Yes,
And he hands over the death certificate to the fabricant.
Okay.
Ruth's
They
gonna,
took
like,
it and say,
Oh, well, we'll help then. Come on, everyone.
and like six or seven Fabricants just sort of shrunk behind the boxes they were on. And then about 10 minutes later outside, you hear the sound of something very large being nailed together. And you see a sort of small funeral pyre being built.
Can I
What,
nick
are you
the knife
gonna-
out of the man's body before he gets burnt?
Can you
yeah,
what,
I'm
sorry?
gonna nick all his money.
Yeah. Between
It's what I would have wanted.
between Jose and the mage, you've nick everything of any kind of value.
Do you want me to list it off?
No, just
Take
send
draw
it.
straws.
Just send it.
Send it on the Discord. It'll probably be easier than.
Luckily, I managed to consolidate a lot of it last week.
I was thinking this too. I was like, oh thank God, you sold most of it last week.
So yes, so the bodies are burned. At this point, as you sort of finish burning the bodies, your dwarven friend appears at the door at the top of what looks like the local guard and stuff. And says, "Oh, what's happened? What's the smoke from?"
I'm afraid it was been a terrible accident. He was juggling with fire to impress us and accidentally slipped and fell down the stairs. It was awful.
Yes, the most awful thing.
Alright, okay. Slipped down the stairs.
Slipped
Aye,
down the
did,
stairs all the way.
He just sort of
All
he
the way
takes out a
from the
notebook.
top to the bottom.
He takes out his notebook and says,
Hang on a sec, I need to read Tristan's handwriting.
he flicks through a couple of pages and he goes,
Was Joe's.
Oh, Jose tried to
Jose.
catch him.
Oh,
Jose.
right,
Jose
right.
tried to catch him, and unfortunately, he perished as well. He snapped his neck.
Oh,
What the bloody snapper?
well, that means most of this book's useless from now on. Stuff's back to back.
Just like 80% of it was Jose. Just like there was some stuff, you know, from other people.
Just,
you know,
Justin's notes
so
are
and
just.
so is
Oh, brilliant.
just like 80% of it is just Jose is a dick.
Yep. So,
Oh, man.
so he goes, right,
You're
well,
a dick, I'm sick.
Yay.
so he goes, right,
I guess we'll have to do the meeting without him then. That's a bit of a bugger. Alright, well, I guess clear it up and move down then.
and he starts sort of wandering back down the hill, and he goes, as he gets down the bottom of the hill, he just sort of looks and goes,
Did you ever check the mailbox?
No, actually, that's something we didn't check.
and he just opens it, and it's full to the brim with letters, and you're like, he's like,
Yeah,
That's
'cause they
probably why he didn't respond.
Because of all the fabric in, he wasn't letting them deliver things, remember?
Oh yeah, he wasn't
I
giving
guess.
me mail.
so yeah, he wanders off, and that'll probably do it for this week. Is there anything you want to add or do before we stop?
Rip.
I think we're all
Jose,
gonna have a
you won't be
big,
missed.
we're gonna have a big like night at the pub in honor of Jose and like have a
Spend all
drink.
of Jose's money.
Yeah.
I do have half a kilo of gold shavings.
Yeah,
on
we're
me
gonna
still,
like
so
keep that. We're gonna keep
Yeah.
some of it. We're gonna keep a bit of it, but we're gonna have like a merry evening,
A merry
like
evening.
splurging out a bit in honor of Jose. We're gonna have like
money
a
is
nice
there to
top
be
meal
spent.
and nice wine for Wraith, some rum for Ruth, milk for Juniper.
Real Juniper gets sick from milk, so we'll go with lots of fresh water. 'Cause she loves water for some reason.
That's
Man,
good.
just crazy about water.
I don't know
Lucky
why,
we're
she
in a
puts
port,
boiling
eh?
water on the tap.
Frankie does that.
Bless.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
You're the
Fuck.
best.
final call. Anything else to add before we stop?
Wraith is going to be quite protective of the staff. It's in his hand from the moment he's had it, and it's staying close.
Oh, this
Now
is
that
mine. I've
Jose's
had it
gone-
the whole time, you know?
Yeah. Now that Jose's gone, the general sense that there might be a thief that's going to take it off of him is diminished, because it has value clearly, and that may have been a target. And Juniper's dagger focused, so yeah, just cling on to it, and he sleeps with it at this point, like he's going to bed with it by his side, ready just in case.
Uses it as a back brace to keep his back straight.
Seeing as Juniper got the big knife off of Jose, Ruth's gonna try and keep the rest of the knives hidden away so that he can use them for next time.
To
He's like,
bribe
Juniper,
Juniper.
I still have knives. I still have knife bribes for you.
Life
'Cause I
bribes.
used.
I'll get them eventually.
You'll get them eventually, yes. So I've used 3. How many do I have left?
I think there was. Well, you're the ex-chef. You'll know how many's in a usual set of knives.
Oh God, it depends. it could be anything from 9 to 14, I think.
Well, let's say it's a full
What's
set.
the
So
middle of that?
let's
What's
say
the
there was
middle?
let's say there was 14. Let's say it's a full set.
I think it's 14. It's been
Yeah.
a long time since I was a chef.
Yeah, but let's say it's 14 then. So you've roughly got about 10 left.
Okay.
Lucky 13.
Mm.
Not so
Alright.
lucky for Jose.
Fairness, he went
Aw.
quick, and if he hadn't gone quick, he probably would have gone very slowly from that arm. So
Yeah.
yeah.
He-
I'm
yeah,
looking forward to having to try and chop that off.
yeah.
Even on his body, you still saw that was where most of his blood was. There was very little in the rest of his body, and very surprisingly little sprayed out as his head came off.
Yeah, I was like...
Not surprised, somehow.
Like, "Ooh."
I'm sorry, but I love how the fact that you've done some nursing influences how people die. Because that was brutal and reminds me far too much of my job.
Oof.
Yep. Real life
Oh,
experience
dear.
for the win.
In terms of
all right.
bleeding nasty.
Well, that will do us for this week. Before I forget, we do have some affiliate codes and stuff like that. So if you go to D&Dice and you dndice.co.uk, use Penance RPG, you get, I think it's 10% off. And if you go to Gemhammer and Sons, which also do some fantastic little cards and adventures thing, they do like the deck of many things and stuff like that. They are also fun. We've done episodes of them before. You get 20% off with Penance RPG. Before I forget. Apart from that, I think that's all we need to plug this week. So yes, that will do us. We'll be back again. Our next streams will be tomorrow night. Me and Bellery are doing something. I think it's Bloodborne this week. We're going to be doing every second week. Then there's not everlasting week. We'll be doing something. If you'd like to see us play something, it's me and Bellery. Submit it, shout it on Twitter, shout it on our Discord. We will try it, whatever it is. We might even do the fucking cat dating game for the fuck of it. We'll play weird and wonderful things. It's me and Bellery. We'll have a laugh with it. Tuesday we're doing Barotrauma, which myself and Mr. Tom and Rowan hopefully, and Zeph.
If I can get the hang of the game.
I mean, you say that. We haven't.
Like,
We still haven't got the hang of it.
flop my way along the board for like 3 hours.
That's
Which is
just
basically all I did.
That's Barotrauma in a nutshell, though. He spent
It
at least
is,
3
yeah.
sessions going like, "This is brilliant. I can
I
do
was
flash
more
dance."
useful when I was dead, and I could like shout when something was coming. Like that's the most useful I felt.
I mean, we are all
Entire
more
time.
useful when we're dead in Barotrauma because
Yeah.
you just get to see everything that goes on. It's like, oh well.
Yep.
Just
There's
tell you
minerals
literally
below you.
everything.
How far below you? 5 billion miles. Oh, but yeah. Anyway, Barotrauma Tuesday, then some indie horror after that. Then Wednesday, me and Barry are doing Bloodborne. That's going to be the regular night for Bloodborne. It's going to be Wednesday. So that should be every week
Nice.
we're doing Bloodborne Wednesday. Thursday will be me doing more indie horror. Friday will be Deep Rock Galactic, and then afterwards, if Mia is up for it, or if there's people interested as well, we're doing some Phasmo. Saturday's the one day we're now not doing anything, and then Sunday is more Dark Tide. So that is our fully week. We do quite a lot now. I suppose because I'm filling my spare time with streaming. But yes, thank you very much, folks. Everyone who's watched along tonight. I will ask the cast: do you would you rather? We have 2 options for people we know that are on for rating. Would you rather go see Neko again, who did Scooby-Doo? We did them last week, which is the Irish streamer who plays Scooby-Doo Night of Horror, I think it is she's playing. Or would you rather go see Darren, who is playing Riven, the Mist sequel? Anyone got a preference?
Do.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, okay.
Scooby-Doo.
Let's go see
I like
Neko then.
Scooby-Doo.
So, alright, well, we will send it over to there. I'll just do that now. So yes, one last time, thank you very much, folks, for watching along today. If you enjoyed, give us a follow, it really helps us out. Apart from that, you all take care, have a great rest of the weekend, and we will be back in crazy amounts over the next few days. So let me just find Nico. There we go. But yes, you all take care. We'll see you soon. Good night.
Boy.
Yes.
Mindless waving! Mindless waving!
I
While I find the screw ending button.